Welcome, students. We are going to discuss the new chapter of First Flight, that is His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty. Now we focus on the author, Liam O'Flaherty. He was born on 28 August 1896, died on 7 September 1984. Was an Irish novelist and short story writer, and one of the foremost socialist writers in the first part of 20th century, writing about the common people's experience and from their perspective. Others are Sean O'Casey, Patrick O'Connor, Pedar O'Donnell, Martin O'Cardian, Cecil MacGriana, all Irish language speakers who wrote either in Irish or English. Now, this is the brief introduction of Flaherty, and he is a well-known novelist and short story writer, and he was one of the foremost socialist writer in first part of 20th century. He especially wrote on common people's experiences and their perspective. So this is the theme of his writing, Liam's writing. So that is a brief introduction about author. Now we move towards the introduction of the first flight. His first flight, you see. The story by Liam O'Flaherty is an account of a young bird that is afraid to fly for the first time. So there is a young bird who started to take off, who started to fly, but this young bird was afraid because first time he was going to fly. He believes that his wings would not support him. That is the cause of his fear. He believed that his wings would not support him. That is the cause of the fear of a young bird. Despite his younger siblings flying fearlessly with much shorter wings, he could not gather the courage to do the same. So this is the lack of confidence, lack of bravery in young bird. That's why young bird was not able to fly like his siblings. Siblings have shorter wings in comparison to the young bird, but young bird did not collect the courage to fly. He was punished to stay hungry if he did not try. So that was the threatening given by his parents. If he did not fly, then he had to remain, he had to stay hungry. Thus, it was his mother that compelled him to fly by using food as a trap. So here we will see the effort of the mother, how mother helped the young bird to take his first flight, to fly. The lesson reflects how one hesitates to take the first step, and that fear is all in the mind. That is the main content of this part, his first flight. In this part, the writer has beautifully described the fear when a person is going to take first step. Here we see the description of the fear of the young bird when he was going to take first step. That was the content of the first flight. One should trust one's abilities. That is the message of this chapter. A person should trust one's ability. A person should trust his ability. That is important thing. A person should believe himself. That is the message of the First part, his first flight. Because the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. The fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. So here in this introductory part of first flight, we have discussed, we have seen that this story describes about the fear of a young seagull or young bird who was afraid to take his first flight, and we see that mother compelled him to take his first flight by using food as a trap. After that, we have seen what is the moral lesson of this story. The moral lesson of the story is that one should trust one's abilities. One should trust one's abilities. That is the theme, that is the message of this, that is the main content of this first flight. The fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. Okay, so we should not be afraid when we are going to take a first step in our life. This chapter describes the fear when a person takes first flight. Here he has given the example of a young bird who is going to take first step, but the bird is afraid. And in this chapter, we will see who helped him, how he was encouraged to take his first flight. Okay, when he has taken, or when he will take first flight, then what will happen? That is the content of the present chapter. So that is the introductory part of the first flight. Now see the paragraph 1. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. Ledge, you try to understand, a narrow horizontal shelf projecting from a wall, a cliff. There is a top, and bird that lives near the sea and has short legs, long wings, and white grey feathers. That is a seagull. So a young seagull was alone on his ledge. He was standing on the ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. Means his two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. They had known how to fly, but it was the time for the young seagull to take first flight. But young seagull was afraid. He had been afraid to fly with them. Them here refers to two brothers and sister. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink here means edge of the ledge, and attempted to flap means move his wings, he became afraid. Here we see that his brothers and sister had flown. They had not faced any fear, but when it was turn of young seagull was afraid, and he did not collect the courage to go further. But when he started flapping his wings, when he started moving towards the brink of the ledge, then he was afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath. It was such a long way down, miles down. That was the point in the mind of young seagull. When young seagull started running towards the edge of the ledge, he found that there was a great expanse of sea, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. That is the idea in the mind of young seagull, that his wings would never support him. That is the cause of his fear. That's why he was afraid. And when he reached near the edge of the ledge, then he found himself under the under the trap of fear, and he did not jump. So he bent his head ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So, here, especially in this paragraph, we have seen the effort made by the young seagull, and we have seen what is the cause of his fear. And when he reached near the edge of the ledge, then what was his reaction, we have seen in this paragraph. तो इस पैराग्राफ में हम देखते हैं कि जो यंग सीगल है वो अपनी पहली फ़्लाइट लेने जा रही है। इससे पहले उसके दो ब्रदर्स और सिस्टर्स जो हैं आसानी से अपनी फ़र्स्ट फ़्लाइट ले चुके हैं, आसानी से वो फ्लाई कर रहे हैं। जब यंग सीगल की बारी आती है तो यंग सीगल बहुत डरा हुआ है और करेज कलेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है कि वो फ्लाई करे। और जब वो किसी तरह अपने विंग्स को फ्लैप करता है, मूव करता है और दौड़ करके लेज के किनारे पहुंचता है तो उसके सामने बहुत बड़ा सी दिखता है और वो नीचे देखता है तो वो डर जाता है। इतनी माइल्स उसको नीचे जंप करना है, उड़ना है। तो ये देखते ही वो डर जाता है, उसको महसूस होता है कि उसका विंग्स जो है उसको सहायता नहीं करेगा और यही थॉट है जो उसको डर के अंदर रखता है। और इस फार स्ट्रेस्ड सी को देखने के बाद वो सोचता है कि उसका विंग उसका साथ नहीं देगा। ये वापस लौटता है लेज की तरफ जहाँ एक छोटा सा होल है जिसमें उसने अपनी पूरी नाइट स्पेंड की हुई थी। सो हियर वी हैव सीन दैट what was the condition of young seagull when young seagull was going to take his first flight. What are the hurdles of young seagull? First one is a fear, and how does it create when he saw the edge of the blink, or you can say from the edge of the blink he saw the far stretched sea. Then he was filled with fear and he thought that his wings would never support. So that was the idea that created fear in the mind of young seagull. That's why young seagull did not collect the courage to take his first flight. Now come to paragraph number 2. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster means gather or collect up courage to take that plunge here means jump or drive, which appealed to him so desperate, full of sorrow. So here you see, when his brothers and sisters, whose wings were shorter than his, ran to brink, moved their wings, and flew away. After that, he felt, meaning this, that young seagull saw his brothers and sisters, that their wings were shorter than his, but they could fly easily. But he failed to collect the courage to take jump, which appealed to him so desperate. To jump from the edge of the ledge was difficult for young seagull because he thought that his wings would never support him. That was the cause of his sorrow. That's why he was not able to take ride from the edge of the ledge. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly with a high pitched or piercing voice or sound, upbraiding here means scolding him. So when father and mother saw that young seagull did not collect the courage to take the first flight or to take jump or to take right from the edge of the ledge, then they came and scolded young seagull. threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. That was the threaten given by the parents of young seagull, that if you did not fly, then you would remain without food. You will remain without food. You will not get food. So you try to ride or try to take jump from the edge of the ledge and try to fly. Otherwise, you will not get food. That was the threatening given by. That was the threat given by parents of young seagull. But for the life of him, he could not move. But for the life of him, he could not move. But for his life, he could not move. So here in the paragraph number 2, we have seen that a young seagull saw his brothers and sisters fly easily. He saw his brothers and sisters flying easily. Okay, but he saw his brothers flying easily. What they did, they simply ran to the edge of the ledge. They moved their wings and finally flew away. That was the activity of his brothers and sisters. But young seagull did not collect the courage to move towards the edge of the link and imitated the way how his brothers and sisters flew. After that, he did not collect the courage to jump or ride from the ledge or edge of the ledge. Then finally, his parents came there and scolded him and threatened him. If he did not fly, then he will not get food. Okay, that was the condition. So इस पैर नंबर 2 में हम देखते हैं कि यंग सीगल अपने ब्रदर और सिस्टर को उड़ते हुए देखता है. वो देखता है कि कैसे वो अपने विंग्स को फ्लैप करते हैं, मूव करते हैं और कैसे ये लेज के ब्रिंक या लेज के किनारे पहुंचते हैं और वहां से फ्लाई कर जाते हैं. लेकिन यंग सीगल ये करेज इकट्ठा नहीं कर पाता है. तब उसके फादर मदर आते हैं, उसको स्कॉल्ड करते हैं, उसको डांटते हैं और कहते हैं कि जब तक तुम जो है करेज कलेक्ट नहीं करते हो और उड़ना नहीं सीखते हो, तब तक तुम्हें जो खाना नहीं दिया जाएगा. Okay, that was the condition of the young seagull. Now the young seagull was quite alone here. Now move to pen number 3. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. So 24 hours passed away. No one came near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight. So throughout the whole day, young seagull saw his father and mother flying with his brothers and sister, and what they are doing, what parents are doing. Parents are making them perfect in the art of flight. So these are the activities done by parents, and these activities had been watched by whom? It had been watched by young seagull. Now remember, young seagull was quite alone. No one came near him. He was totally alone. He had not given food to it, and fathers were also father and mother were teaching them how to skim, how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. Okay, he had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring. Herring here means soft find sea fish, and deer means eat quickly, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle laugh. They were laughing. Parents were laughing at the activity of his older brother, who caught first soft finned sea fish and devour it, eat it quickly. So that was the activity done by whom? Done by his older brother, and older brother was praised by his parents. And all the morning, the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice, lack of bravery. So here we have seen that the young seagull was without food for 24 hours, and for 24 hours no one had come near him, no one had talked with him, and young seagull was quite alone, and he watched the activity of parents. Parents were flying with his brothers and sister, and they were perfecting them in the art of flight. They were teaching them how to skim the waves and how to catch the fish, how to dive for fish. So these were the teachings given by parents to his brothers and sisters. uh, Now one activity he had seen, that was of a younger brother who was able to catch his first sea fish, and he ate it quickly standing on the rock. So this was the activity done by whom? Done by older brother of young seagull. After this activity, parents praised, they laughed at the activity of young older brother of young seagull. And throughout the whole morning, whole family walked about on the big plateau, but no one paid attention to the young seagull. They were taunting him with his cowardice. They were taunting whom? They were taunting young seagull for not showing his courage. So this is the part which we have discussed. पैरा नंबर 3 हम देखते हैं 24 आवर्स तक यंग सीगल के पास कोई भी आता नहीं है, और पेरेंट्स जो हैं उसके ब्रदर्स और सिस्टर को सिखाते हैं कैसे उड़ना है, कैसे उड़ना है, कैसे हंट करना है फिश को, कैसे डाइव करना है, कैसे स्किप करना है वेव से। ये सारी चीज़ें सिखाते हैं कौन? पेरेंट्स। और यंगर ब्रदर क्या करता है, पहली बार वो अपना सी फिश कैच करता है, उसको खाता है रॉक के पास। इसको देख करके पेरेंट्स बहुत खुश होते हैं और हंसते हैं, और लेकिन कोई भी यंग सीगल पास नहीं आता है, और यंग सीगल को टॉन्ट करते हुए उसको जो है टॉन्ट करते हैं, किसका? यंग सीगल का, क्योंकि यंग सीगल अपना करेज नहीं शो करता है। सो हियर इन द होल पार्ट वी हैव सीन what were the activities of parents, what was the activity of young seagull, and what were the activities of his brothers and sisters. And here we have seen why parents had scolded young seagull, and what was the punishment given by parents to young seagull, we have seen. So thank you, this we have done.